When it comes to why people believe so strongly, I think a lot of people forget how they were indoctrinated. Not everybody's indoctrinated the same way, and not everybody's indoctrinated successfully. But I remember how I was indoctrinated, and it took me years of being out of it to finally sort of wrap my brain around, oh, you know what? Now I really remember what happened to me, because I had a rosy-colored view of it as a Christian. They would take me when I was little, like when you're a baby, you're going to church and you're in like the little daycare at the church. So you're going to church, 3 times a week before you're even old enough to walk or talk. When you start to get a little bit older, they start putting you in Bible class, and you have your teacher that's there on Sundays and Wednesday nights, and then you have the preacher that's up there in the pulpit, like on, Sunday mornings and Sunday nights, and then your parents are at home teaching you this and probably hitting you, like trying to get you to be submissive and obedient and to view the world that way in black and white. It's bad, smack. And it's good, so you're going to do it. And so you have all this going on, and all of these early, before you even get into school, like adults and the whole culture and your parents and all these people that you consider to be teachers and so smart, and they're talking to all these people, surely they know things. So you're so impressed with that as a little child. And of course, when you get into school, it's kind of like what you were already introduced to at the church. And so you've got these teachers that you're supposed to listen to and learn from, and they're just like the teachers at church that you listen to and you learn from. So you've got this setup that is just totally reinforced. And of course, when you start to hit an age where you start thinking about these things that you're being told, and you start realizing, hey, they want me to walk down the aisle and go and get baptized, and now I have to really kind of think about this, and it's not just believe it anymore. I'm starting to get to be an adolescent, I'm starting to get to be a teen, and I'm starting to consider these ideas in a less childlike way. But at that point, you don't have any world experience. You don't have very much critical thinking going for you. You haven't certainly been raised to think critically. And you have this doctrine of hell that you've always heard. And there's all these horrible songs about what's going to happen to you if you don't believe in Jesus, and, all the good stuff that's going to happen if you do. And you're telling these children, if you don't get baptized, if you don't believe in Jesus, you're going to never be with your parents again. You'll never see them again. They're going to go to heaven. You're going to go to hell. It's a bad place, and you're going to make God unhappy, and Jesus died for you, and you're so ungrateful, and you're just, sinful, horrible thing. You don't know how to think or make decisions. You're immoral. You can't trust yourself, can't trust your own judgment. This is what you've been told. Everything that a child should never be told. Children should be taught to learn how to think and to progressively learn to trust themselves and to trust their judgment. And when you're indoctrinated, you're just progressively torn down to never trust yourself and to think that you can't think and you can't question and that you're just not smart enough and you're not even good enough. And so these children, like me, you end up just praying and praying desperately because you want so badly to be able to believe, because not believing results in one of two things. Either you're going to end up in hell, or you're going to live your whole life afraid that you're going to end up in hell. And it's like that It Gets Better campaign for the gay kids in school. When you're a young person like this and you've been indoctrinated in this way, you don't understand that there is a way to not believe and not live in fear. So you're thinking, my entire life will be horrible fear and doubt, just like I'm experiencing right now, if I don't believe. And so you're just on your knees every night, just begging and begging for, please God, if you're there, help me, show me something, give me something to hang my hat on. And the cool thing about the prayer test is that there's no success metric, right? It's whatever you consider to be a successful outcome is the positive, successful outcome of the prayer test. So you get your little sign that is whatever the hell is meaningful to you in your subjective head, and there it is. God showed you he's there. And then, amazingly, all that fear and all that crap just slides away because now you believe in Jesus, you're going to run and get baptized, and isn't it great? Because now I don't have to be afraid anymore, and now I don't have to be stressed anymore, and now my life can be happy. God's happy with me. I'm so happy I know there's a God, and I'm so relieved, like just the relief. And now I know how much God loves me, and he was there for me, and he helped me. Every single thing that happens, it's God. God did this for me. God made sure to, not let me get this because it wasn't right for me. And then I went and got this other thing and it was so much better. And so your whole life is then filtered through this cosmology of God behind everything. And then you go through that for the remaining years unless somebody comes along and challenges it sufficiently. And that's huge. I mean, it's huge because what they're challenging is not just an entire universe that you see as God, but they're also coming at you, trying to take away your security blanket, the thing that made you feel good and not be afraid anymore. And that, to me, is the thing. People call it like the fear of hell, but I think it's more of a fear of going back to being uncertain and afraid. And when you haven't been in a place where you don't believe and you're not afraid, you don't even know that that place exists.